Yeah. I guess we're doing this. I guess I'm doing this. I don't know why I'm doing this. And I just cheat. No, I want to go. Thank you. I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm doing this. Don't ask me why I'm about to do this. But yes, I did get it. It was a chore and a half to find it, first of all. To find a link that worked, so I could get it with the emulator. But I've seen Roots do this, and I've seen, obviously WinValve started his career mode in it. Roots started playing around with it. So I was like, yeah, what the hell? So I'm going to try to run a full distance Indy. I figure I got nothing else going on right now. Let's try running a full distance Indy and see how far I make it. Now I tried this game once. And that was 8 years ago. A buddy of mine had it. But I haven't touched it since, and that was only once that I tried it. It was somebody else that had it, so this is gonna be fun to say the least. Never played this game once, like I said, 7 years ago.
The fourth race of the series brings us here to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, known
but a better way to jump straight into it than to jump into the brickyard. A full distance brickyard.
Carl G. Fisher repaved the circuit with 3.2 million bricks. A yard of bricks at the start-finish line is
the only
exposed part of the original
true sanctioned IndyCar game.
2.5-mile track. Of course, the track is most famous for being home to the legendary Indianapolis 500. Run since 1911.
What a better time to do it than the weekend of the 500.
The world, drawing a race day crowd of over 400,000
normal.
And a worldwide
I figure that's instead of starting that easy, let's try normal. That way it's not too easy yet not too difficult.
Of any racing career.
But we'll see.
Largely unchanged since its construction, the Indianapolis
I know how tough this game just by watching others that have played it, so
been measuring exactly 440 yards from.
Well, the only way you're gonna learn is to jump into it, so. Oh, of course, I'm gonna run a couple test laps first. Yeah, I know we want it as low to the ground as we can get it, so. Let's see. I also have to figure out where all my controls are as far as what is what, and. Okay, let's look back. Where's my... I gotta have a change view here. Okay, that was the change view button. A little glitchy. Oh, it's a different... Okay, I might have to change that. I don't think I can get used to having my throttle button not be the... I mean, I'm used to it with the old NASCAR games, but... Even that I had to change. I have driven an IndyCar at Indianapolis NNR and in iRacing, but not like this. So this is, I know, is going to be a different animal entirely. So keep it between the painted lines. Yeah, I actually don't like that view. I'm going to do the close chase. Cockpit's a little too not comfortable for me because I want to be able to see around me to make sure I don't hit anybody.
That was your best lap so far.
But I also don't want to make sure I'm... This isn't as bad as I thought it would be. At least not on normal. I've driven I've driven tighter race cars. I.e. NASCAR Thunder 2003. No, not NASCAR. NASCAR Racing NR 2003. Get my games confused.
That was your best lap so far.
Car's not too bad. Yeah, just after I have the qualifying laps, I want to see if I could change that. Oh wait, no, this is test driving. I'll see if I can go in there and test, change my controls. I want my triggers to be my brakes. Okay, let me test drive. It's not too bad. I've driven worse. Can I back out of this? Oh no, I'd have to quit the race to do it. So let me back out so I could change. Here we go, that's what I'm... Okay, so I want that. Steering is good. Yeah, fuel mixtures are my X and up. Weight jackers. Cage camera is hitting this button. That's the steering wheel controls. Maybe I'll try running these. Oh, cancel. Try running these. I do want to run a full Indy 500. That's my plan.
The fourth race of the...
Bob, I miss you. I like you. But I don't need the whole dialogue. I know about Indy. I've been to the race. Granted, as I said, that was 8 years ago, but... Oh, there must be a pit limiter then. It's a corner. There we go. Okay. Okay, that's the viewpoint changer. Yeah. Okay. Whoa, a little tighter. A little tighter into 3. Okay. Let's try qualifying. Well, partly of it is because a lot of what we get now is just derivatives of what worked 20 years ago. I mean, look at it this way. NR 2003 is 22 years old now. And... well, actually, I should say it's 21 years old. I mean, iRacing basically was a derivative of that. So... all the console games are basically derivatives of each other. They all try to build off each other, and you know, because the public because most games now are just made for the general public. Most games now are not like true sim games. I will say this, I kind of like the basic structure of this game, though. You know, it gives you got your little car indicator, your fuel indicator, speed, gears, weight jacker, which is, I know, similar to, got a discussion with Hamill with this, that weight jacker is basically the same thing like tighten wedge, or tighten and loose, you know, adjusting wedge or track bar on a stock car. This game I know it looks good. I'm not going to do it here because obviously I want to... I'm going to try to run good this. I'm not going to try to wreck, but from what I've seen, this game has pretty good crash physics. Like I said, this is my first time playing, probably the second time I played this game. The first time I played it was 8 years ago, so... which was the only time I'd played it, so... I want to do what I want to do here, try running a full Indy 500. And then the plan is to, if people like that I do this, I'll probably post a video to my YouTube once I'm done with the stream, but if people like it, maybe I'll make a career mode out of it. And stream the career mode, or the season mode, or whatever it's called. IndyCar Series 2005 is the name of the game. The only IndyCar sanctioned console game.
3 qualification laps to go.
If you want to see more videos of people playing this, I know WinVow and Michael Roots. WinVow is currently doing a career mode on it. Or season mode, or whatever you want to call it. I think it's a career mode / season mode. And Bruce just started playing it too, which I think his video I think it came out today. I'm a member of his channel, so I got it early, but... Tim got the boot. That doesn't mean anything about Austin getting the boot.
2 qualification laps to go.
Granted, it was shocking, trust me, when I saw that come up that Tim had been booted from Penske. That's big because Tim's been with them for a long time, you know. Thank you. Yeah, not the fact that he's an Xfinity Series champion. Actually, I should say this. He's finished at the top 2 of the Xfinity Series Championship twice. Won one and lost the one to Hemrick by basically half a car length. Not to mention, he does have 3 wins in that car. 2! That was going to hurt. Come on. Gosh, just... That came out of surprise on me. It just came off the corner. It just slid. Let's see if I can get rolling again. That's going to hurt, obviously, the last lap. Barry's only barely been in that car, not even a season yet. Give him a season in that car first. Can't go throwing him into equipment right away, you know? Give him a season in that car first. Where'd we end up? Yuck. Yeah, that last lap killed me, but... Bump day. Yeah, the fact you could actually possibly miss the show. I'm gonna have to run again, I know that, I think. If it'll let me. Might have to restart this again just because I messed up that last lap. Yeah. So let's try that again. I was doing fine too, and then just snapped out of me off of turn 2. Let's try that again now, shall we? I just don't like that they don't give you a chance to run again on bump day, you know? I would feel like they should do that. I've seen that happen to Winvow when Winvow was doing his, that it's like it doesn't give you the option on bump day to be able to run a second time. Honestly, you should be able to. Now this game you can't apparently play with wheel, but I'm just using my controller for this, my normal Xbox controller, even though this is a PlayStation 2 controls. Obviously on the emulator.
Your qualifying run starts next lap.
You see, the thing is with Kyle Busch, he's getting he's getting up there at age, but at the same time, it's like, where would he go? You know, you got to almost think about it for a second. It's like, logically, where would he go? All 4 Hendrick guys are locked down till 2025 or 2026, the end of 2026. JGR is pretty much locked down.
4 qualification laps to go.
It's like, where would he go to honestly be competitive right now? That doesn't have guys locked down. That's why I can't stand silly season stuff, because half the time the silly season stuff has no logic with it. And when you actually start putting logic to some of the silly season rumors that are out there, it gets shut down almost immediately. You can almost shut down most silly season rumors right easily once you start putting some logic into them. They don't. Silly season rumors do not have any logic behind them usually. Damn, it keeps snapping. There's got to be a way for me to... I'm going to go back. I'm going to see if there's a way that I can keep the car from snapping on me, because it's given no indication that it's going to snap. So... Problem is, there's nothing I can do to change it. I still don't believe that. I know what you're telling me, but I still don't believe it. Until I see it, until I see something concrete, I don't believe that. You could tell me I could tell you I had a conversation with the Queen of England, or in this case, King of England, but until something concrete is there, I don't believe it. And I'm still doubtful that Dodge is going to come back to Cup. You know, they exited out of Cup twice. So, exactly my point, model. That's kind of why I've always been doubtful about whether Dodge is actually going to come back to Cup or not, because they need to work on themselves as a Chrysler needs to work on themselves as a company first before they think about branching back into racing. And trust me, I love Chrysler. I love Dodge is probably one of my favorite manufacturers all time, period. But I also know the realistic realism here, you know? The practicality of whether they would come back to the sport or not. You know, there's a reason they exited the first time, you know? Because nobody would go with their COT that they made. Or, excuse me, with the Gen 6. When they came out with the Gen 6, they had a Gen 6 car made, ready to go. Nobody went with them. Penske left Dodge for Ford in 2013, and Dodge could never find... Says you, Tristan. There's nothing concrete in what you're saying. Well, I hope so. I hope you are telling me so. Otherwise... You realize the implication. If that doesn't happen, you realize the implication of that, right? That's what I'm saying. I hope for your sake you are right. But I've got no way to verify it. Until it happens, I've got no way to verify what you're telling me. I'm not saying I think you're lying. I'm just saying look at it from my perspective. What do I have to confirm that what you're telling me is true? I have your word alone to trust. Because I can't double check it. It's not like I can go ring up the president of Colleague Racing. Hey, did you talk to this guy? Is this true? I've got no way to confirm it other than your word. And no offense, but it's the internet. I could tell you the sky is orange, but unless you go outside and check it for yourself, you only have my word to go off of. And like I said, I give you a little bit of that. Obviously, you've been here long enough, I can give you a little bit of credit there at that end, but again, as big a deal as that would be as far as a new well, in this case, a manufacturer returning, that's why I'm hesitant to believe it till it actually happens. If it happens, hell, I'll be the first one to say, hey, Tristan called it. But until it happens, it's just a rumor. Yeah, I finally completed all 4 laps. I actually was able to manage it to where it didn't spin out. Oh, well, yeah. I guarantee you, once Kyle's a free agent, I'm sure there are going to be people that are going to be gunning for him. I mean, it's Kyle Busch. I'm surprised there wasn't any more takers when he left JGR. You know, at the end of 22. I'm surprised there wasn't any more heavy takers. Which, honestly, is why... Not only am I not surprised that he re-signed with RCR, but there wasn't any more offers. And I think that's why why that is. Well, Joseph, a reliable source. I'm not denoting Jared or Danny, but a source that has that years of credibility to them that you can say, oh well, yeah, this is a credible source. Kind of like Adam Schefter with the NFL. You're more likely to incline to believe a story that he puts out versus some no name. Well, I'm doubtful of that, first of all, Tristan, because that was also damn near 20 years ago, too. Kyle was in the prime of his career, too, when that came about as well. So you've got a guy that's in the prime of his career, plus Toyota getting together with one of the better teams at that time. Everything came together. This may be a little different story if it goes that route. Not to mention JGR had all those years of success and experience. I mean, JGR had 3 championships under their belt. 2 with Stewart, 1 with Labonte. Colleague hasn't had really anything other than a couple race wins under their belt. So I think it would be a completely different. If you're going to use the 2008 JGR as the gauge there, I hate to tell you this, but I think you're going to be extremely disappointed. I want to run the full race. How come I can't run the full race? Jesus Christ. I'm doing this as a single event and still won't let me do the actual race. What if I just skip to the race and...
The 4th race.
Don't forget the qualifying. You just skip to the race. No. You still have to qualify. That kind of sucks. So I can't really adjust the car like I want to either. You only get one adjustment, and that's front wing. I guess I could try to put the front wing down a little bit more. Yeah, I'm a Dodge guy. I always have been. You don't know me too well, Tristan. You don't think I'm a Dodge guy. I said it before. I've said it with my buddies on Discord, but yeah, I love Dodge. Love classic Dodges. Yeah, I may be a fan of Penske right now, but if you're talking about all manufacturers, yeah, I'm a Dodge guy.
Your qualifying run starts next lap.
Well, technically I went for sponsorship, but I played the career mode again on NASCAR Thunder 2003. My make that I'm running the custom car is a Dodge. I do. I always like Dodge. But yeah, Dodge's story in or I should say specifically Chrysler's story in NASCAR is fascinating to me. Here they They come out with an engine that basically wipes the floor with NASCAR in 1964, the Hemi, the 426 Hemi to be exact. So much to the point where the other manufacturers, namely Ford, bitched about it. So NASCAR's like, okay, we're going to outlaw it. You can't bring it back. Dodge is like, okay, screw you. We're going to go drag racing. And basically the basis engine for the NHRA and drag racing was the 426 Hemi. It was also the basis for the early monster truck engines, too, was the Hemi.
3 qualification laps to go.
Well, the Chevy Association, I think, with the engine program, at least with Penske and IndyCar, I think that happened after the initial, no, might have been before. I think it was either before or it was after. I don't remember when they initially, but IndyCar manufacturer alliances are different than in NASCAR, because IndyCar is strictly because of engines, not necessarily like NASCAR, where, and even the manufacturer support NASCAR has changed over the years too, from where it once was. They ran Mercedes engines at one time too, Penske. Now, if I remember right, Gilda Farron's record run at California, I believe it was a Mercedes engine. I don't think that was a Chevrolet engine. Again, I don't know. This is my guess, but God, this is not easy. I may just have to go to the quick race and see if I can do it that way, because it's not letting me actually do the Indy 500 the way I want to. But that's okay. If I'm just playing around with it, I'm just playing around with it. That's really kind of what this is me just playing around with it, trying to get used to it to possibly decide if I want to eventually stream the game a season mode. So I'll say this much, it ain't easy. Definitely a lot more challenging than the Thunder games. And we know how challenging those career modes are. Anybody that's played them. I should eventually give this a go on my wheel pedals and see what it's like. I think maybe next year what I might do, or maybe even later this year, I was thinking about doing the double. You know, run a full Indy race with AI and then run a full 600 with AI maybe on iRacing. Dream that. I know I did the half 600 a couple of years ago.
4 qualification laps to go.
Well, Chip Ganassi also has been associated with Honda in IndyCar too. But again, that's manufacturer alliances don't work the same across motorsports. You know, they're different. I mean, just because somebody runs a Chevrolet at NASCAR does not mean they're going to be running Chevy engines in IndyCar. It's just different.
Qualification laps to go.
Yeah, it's strange, but it's not uncommon. What would be stranger is if you run in more than one manufacturer in one series, like with NASCAR. If you say you were running Ford in trucks, but running Toyota in Cup, that would be a little more weird to me than cross motorsports. That did happen, but it was years ago that happened. It did happen before, yes, but that was years ago. I forget which. There was a team that did that, but I forget what the team was now. But they actually caught flack because of it. I remember that too. They caught flack because they were doing that, and they eventually had to. I think it was the association with Casey Kane, because Kane drove the Ford that was the 38 car. The 38 switched to Dodge between 03 and 04, where he got picked up by Evernham.
Your last qualifying lap. Push it to the max.
Well, yeah, we've seen over the years the different sponsors too. Well, don't forget the 31 team was when Singular got bought up by Sprint, later TNT or AT&T, and the battle between AT&T and Sprint is eventually what made Burt lose that sponsor at the end of 08. And they picked up the Cat sponsorship for 09. I still think it's going to be good. I may have to put it back to normal, because I don't think it's going to let me make the show. Every time I keep trying, I can't make the show, so I might just have to either go back to quick race or oh no, hey, we actually made it this time. Car's trying to load in. Alright, let's try this. 200 laps, 500 miles. Don't know how long it's going to take me, but we'll see. I need to move. This is a little far out. Alright. Our graphics fail a little bit. Ooh, shit. Okay, we're good. Ooh, she's loose. She's loose. It's okay. I gotta... Come on, get back on the racetrack. Come on. Nope.
You've been black flag. Return to the pits where you...
Okay. Traction control is on, so I don't know why I'm spinning so far sideways. Try this again. Alright. If I put a little more weight in it, if I can keep it from looping. I forgot about that. I got that weight jacker. Forgot it. That's right. I can tighten the thing up if I need to, if it's loose. Get past before the start-finish line. Okay. Now we're up to gear. We're up to speed. Here we go. So gameplay. Yeah, if you're talking about the song signs, I got that on my iPod, so that might be what you're hearing, Ellison. A bit of draft. Is the car gonna get looser or tighter in the draft? Okay, seems pretty okay. Well, I should say I got the original signs. 5-Man Electrical Band was the original song. Tesla later covered it. Ooh, I don't like this. Oh, you bastard. Oh, I'm wrecking. Not good. No yellow, come on, no yellow. Okay. Okay, this has just been a... Yeah, I think we, yeah. I think I'm gonna try this again. I got a different idea. Let me try this. This way I can actually have the chance to do the way I want to do it. Try a custom. Try at the back. Alright, let's go. Alright, now we know we're going to be a little loose to start with, so let's put a little weight in it. A little weight jacker. Can't jump to start. So yeah, we're not doing the traditional 3 wide start, but that's okay. This is just to get my footing underneath me, to see whether I want to do a full season. So the car's not too bad. I just have to get used to it. See, I'm not used to having a car get that light with me. I'm used to being tight and having to adjust for that versus having a car that's so light. We'll work at it. We'll get better at it. Yeah, I don't like that camera view. But I don't like that one so much either. Yeah, I'll do this one. This one seems to be that middle of the road even where I want it. I don't mind this game though. I mean, I feel like the challenge is there. I like games that give me that challenge. There's a reason that I still go back and play the NASCAR Thunder career modes is because they're still fun. There's still a challenge there.
You are 1.7 seconds behind Taylor.
Start pushing on me a little bit now. Ooh, somebody wrecked.
You've taken 25th place.
I wonder who that was that hit the fence down. Somebody hit the fence down there in turn 2. That's the guy that Barutz officially calls Giraffe. I'm racing my own Indy 500, Sonic. On IndyCar Series 2005, the old PlayStation 2 game from 2004.
You are 2.6.
I should say PlayStation 2, Xbox 360, or Xbox game. Yeah, Xbox, I gotta remember that. It was only Xbox when it was the PlayStation 2 era. 360 came later. I remember that, again, I didn't get an Xbox until it was the 360, so... I've had both. I still have my PlayStation 2, and I still have my 360. I wish I would have kept my N64 that I had that was a hand-me-down from my cousins. I still have my original Game Boy. date myself there with that one. I still have my PSP. The car's not too bad. It's just a matter of lacking a little bit of speed right now.
You are 3.5 seconds behind Taylor.
Car's drivable. It's just I'm lacking some speed.
And that was your best lap so far.
I don't know how to actually correct for that, but it is what it is. Said I would love to be able to attempt to try to run an actual Indy 500 on iRacing, just with AIs. I mean, I did IndyCars at Talladega with AI. Now that was hair raising. Talk about white knuckles. If you ever get iRacing at the IndyCars, you have to try that just to experience it. I mean, that was just white knuckle. Please God, nobody lock wheels and let's not die.
You are 7.1 seconds behind.
I feel like I should do, at least on iRacing, more IndyCar, more open wheel racing on the ovals. Not a roadie guy, but
You are 3.7 seconds behind point.
I feel like I should do more of the open wheel stuff on the ovals.
Best lap so far.
You know, just to try it. I mean, iRacing is about trying different things and having fun with it, you know, beyond just the NASCAR stuff that I'm used to.
You are 7.7 seconds behind the race lead.
Yeah, we lacking some speed here, but again, we're not lacking in handling, I don't think. I'm able to drive the car. It's not like the car's bad handling.
You are 3.5 seconds.
Yes,
Carpenter.
it very much is, Allison. The thing that's weird is I really have nobody behind me. I guess that's kind of, it's kind of a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because I can kind of just get used to driving the car, driving a line, instead of having like 15 cars around me swarming me. But the bad news is it's not very entertaining for me because I don't really have anybody I can race at the moment. I'm just sort of back here trying to get used to the car and driving it. I think if I wreck now, then I'm pretty much going to be, at least call that an attempt. As far as what I'm going to do tonight. Obviously, we got a big day tomorrow. 1,100 miles, the double. I just figured I'd think it in my mind. It's like I got the game last night, downloaded it, set it up. Oh! Shit.
Fix that damage, but we need you to pit now. Your rear right suspension has sustained damage. We can fix that damage, but we need you to pit now.
Well,
Watch your speed in the pit. Keep it under 60.
that stinks. Under 60? Yeah, I'm way under 60. I definitely need to take that front wing down. I need to try to get some more speed out of it somewhere. But again, like I said, I may give this a shot. I don't know if I'm going to do it on anything other than easy to start out with, because obviously as the difficulty goes up, it's difficult. It's not simple. But at the same time, I like the challenge of it. I might give this a shot, doing a season mode on it. There we go. Thought about trying to see if I could cut off their draft a little bit there. Okay, at least I know I can suck up on them when I'm with them, you know? Ah, god damn it. That was leading up. Is that Hunter Ray? Or no, that's Gilda Farron. I think 6 was Gilda Farron. Yeah, we're 2 down right now. Here's how I can stay ahead of him. Yeah, it was Gilda Farron in the 6. Took me a second to realize that was DeFerrin. Rest in peace. It's not driving too bad, just despite the damage I just put on it when I got in traffic there, but not too bad. Like I said, I'm maintaining my gap ahead of the leaders right now, so it's 1 lap behind the leaders. Supposed to be in 2. We almost get the paint. Definitely an uphill road. Not going to be easy. Oh, I got a plus. Itchy eye. I really want to try taking the stability control off just to see if it's more out of shape, but I'd have to do testing with that. I don't want to ruin the race right now doing that. Ah, yes, from 1987. Permanent Vacation, if I remember right, was the album. I'd almost need him to correct to confirm that for me, which let me do this, because I don't know why it's allowing that term, but I'm keeping ahead of the leaders, so that's at least I know that if I could actually be with the leaders on the same lap, I could run with them. But in fact, I could do that with a car that has right front damage and my inexperience up front here. To make this thing just a little bit looser. Not very loose, but at least a little bit looser, because that damage is definitely tightening me up. I'm not going to pit until I get into my fuel window the next time by, because I had to make that extra stop with the heavy damage, so... In fact, I'm only a lap down right now, actually, is a accomplishment in of itself. I thought it'd be more than a lap down after wrecking and having to come to pit road for that damage. There was a dogfight for the lead behind me too, between the team. I believe they were teammates at the time, DeFerrin and Castroneves. McGill drove for Penske. Forget for how many years though. I know it was there in 2000 we set the closed course record, but he was there, I believe, in 03 when he won the 500, but I don't know how long DeFerrin was with Penske.
You are 8.3 seconds ahead of Giappone.
Still sliding on me a little bit. They're starting to catch me back now. They should be close to pitting, actually. Because I know my run was, had I not needed the damage stop, was basically 20-25 laps, I think. So they got to be close to pitting.
You are 8.6 seconds ahead of Giappone. That was your best lap so far.
My best lap so far with a quote-unquote damaged race car. Almost 2 laps down.
9 seconds ahead of Giappone.
Crash damage, and and I ran my fastest lap of the race. That really is a gut punch. Shit up the hill. Yep, that's the wall. That's gonna hurt. Come on, catch it. No.
Your rear wing is in bad shape.
Oh, I just took DeFerrin's in the fence. I can get back down the track here.
Watch your speed in the pit. Keep it under 60.
I just killed DeFerrin. I think he rode the fence there for a second. It's a good thing I'm driving as a guy that's got some respect in IndyCar, because anybody else would, yeah. Gonna have to replace that rear wing. Like I said, I don't mind the game. Maybe if people were interested in me, doing a Let's Play stream of it, I would. But I'm definitely going to try playing it outside of streaming as well, because I like the challenge of it. This is definitely a challenge, to say the least. I finally had the car driving the way I wanted it, I think, too, and it just I got in traffic and got comfortable running out front. The thing got tight on me, and around it went. Off the fence and around it went. Not fun. Damn it, I did it again out of the groove. I can't keep this thing in the groove. It's too tight. Oh, and there's... Oh. Oh. Yep. Yep, this is it. Yep. Yep. I'm flipping. I am flipping down the front stretch at Indy. Yep. Okay, this is definitely going to be an uphill road here. If I plan on doing more with this, I'm gonna have to really do some work with this. Maybe even just run it on easy, because it's definitely going to be a challenge if I run it on anything else. Yeah, I think that'll do it for me. I think my first go at this is, yeah, I got my taste of it. But I don't think it'll be the last you see me of me doing this either. I think this is the, I think this is something I'm going to get into. I like it. I do. Again, reminds me a lot of the old Thunder Game career modes and how challenging those were, although I think this might be more challenging. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm going to get into this. Might not be the last video you see of this, but this is just a little hour fun one, so. See you guys tomorrow for the doubleheader. Peace.